Hey everybody, this is Trevor with Rock CF in the Thunder Bay Thriller Gravel Race happening in Alpena, Michigan on September 14th, 2025. And I'm here to take you on a long form course recon video of the 62 mile, 27 mile, and the 16-mile course, as well as info about parking, packet pickup, and different key spots on the course I want you to be aware of. Before we get started, I want to give a quick shout out to the organization that I work for, is the Rock CF Foundation, and that who is on all your bids, on a lot of the marketing materials, the sponsor signage. And it is a cystic fibrosis nonprofit based out of Michigan. And we actually just turned 18 years old this past August. And our mission is to provide those living with cystic fibrosis around the country tools to not only survive, but thrive. And by doing so, we create a bunch of events for awareness opportunities and generate funding that goes directly back to patient-focused programs. So 100% of the proceeds of this race go right back to the Rock CF Foundation. So I appreciate all of your support and thank you for being a part of this race. So without further ado, I'll get started. So I'll share my screen here. All right. So everyone's been emailed by this point. If you haven't already, you may have just signed up recently, but thank you for watching this one. I've got a PDF map of the 62 mile, 27 mile, and 16 all put together here. But what we'll do is walk through the different Strava maps and different Google Map links of the spots on the course because it'll be a little bit easier for us to walk through. But on your own time, if you can take a look at this course, I have it broken down by orange for 62, 27 will be green, and the 16 is blue. And you'll see the different signage that we'll go through during this video that's going to coordinate with that as well. So take your time. You can read through this in your email. It has a lot of good information about the different roads, different sections, and it gives like a little bit of a brief rundown of what to expect. If I roll over to the start, that's a good place to start. So here's a big overview of just the city of Alpena. And if we zoom in here on 3rd Ave is the Thunder Bay Junior High School, which is where our start and finish is going to be located. And I'll bring up the parking map here. That'll be a lot easier for us to follow here. So parking on race morning. The only available place that you're going to be able to enter the parking lot once you're going down 3rd Ave is the first right-hand turn driveway into the Thunder Bay Junior High School. We will have signage there that says entrance only. The other ones will have exit only, and we will have a parking marshal there as well helping guide you. But this is the only one that you're going to be able to enter first. So go around the back of the parking lot, and then you can find the marshal that's going to be down here helping guide you to the next closest spot all the way down, all the way along these diagonal lots or spots in front of the junior high, these open lots here, and then right in the back here as well. Those are going to fill up as you get there. So if you want to show up early, get a little bit of a closer spot, be my guest. But the start finish line all the way on this west lane will be blocked off, as well as the volunteer access to the lot back here. That'll be blocked off too, because we want to obviously ensure rider safety. We don't want too many cars nearby the start finish line. When you do leave the parking area, you will be using the furthest parking one or driveway, and you'll be making a left turn, and you'll only be able to make a left turn out because that's the way that you go back to Bagley Street to head out of town. So with that, we're going to move on to the start and finish. That is also at the start at the Thunder Bay Junior High School, as you can see with this green line. And you can see here, we're going to be utilizing a side path that's going to take you from the parking lot. It's a nice big wide lane. The chute is right back here. So you'll all be lining up behind the start finish line. We'll have this all barriered off with scrim and stuff. So it's going to be really easy to see. And then we'll have scrim lining you and pushing you down this path before heading onto Wildcat Court and then out towards the Alpena-Hillman Trail. So I want to show you a quick little visual of what that's going to look like. So let's drop our little guy over here. And you could find some videos on our Instagram as well. I've been posting about the start finish in different other places on our Instagram and Facebook too, with just some videos, and from last year as well. You'll be able to scroll down and see some more before I post them for this year too. But start finish, if you can imagine, is right down kind of near where this bus is, and the chute's right behind it. This will all be barricaded, and it'll push you to the right from your direction down this side path right here, and that connects over to Wildcat Court right here. And you can obviously see that's going to be the direction you take on the way back in, but we'll get to that. So you'll ride all the way down Wildcat Court until you reach the end of this cul-de-sac. And then we'll be making a right-hand turn onto the path right here. Big important part about the start and finish line. And this is one that I will go over by refreshing this right here. And we can zoom in on this, the Strava map, just so you can get a better idea as well of how long it's going to be. Right here. this is what the path sort of looks like as you're going on. It's more of like a round little thing, but it is mostly grass. It's hard packed grass. It's a little bumpy, but obviously with like the tightness of like this path right here that you're taking on a Wildcat and the tightness right here, the start, and we did this last year as well, if you were joining us, is a neutral start up until you reach Tamarack Road right here, which is at approximately about 3/4 of a mile into the race. Once you cross Tamarack, then it's all go for it. You can like launch as much as you want all the way down to Indian Reserve. But we do have a marshal there helping you guide across because there are still houses that are down on Tamarack. So we just want you to be safe while you're in like the large group and you're rolling all through. So once you reach that area, then you're more than welcome to keep rolling. The start finish will be the same. As I keep saying, start and finish, you do make your way back through that same grass path, just the opposite direction. That's obviously not neutral. You're going to be more split up by that point, and it's going to be a lot easier for you to make it and maneuver through this area, but just want to make you aware of that. So moving down the trail, we're going to be moving down all the way to Indian Reserve Road. We'll be making a left here. This is a rail trail, the Alpena-Hillman Trail that you'll be on. So you're already on some off-road right there. It's more of like a regular graded rail trail. Make your way onto Indian Reserve Road, which is a gravel road, and make your way all the way down. And I'll even move over to this guy here because there are some sections that end up changing, right? So all three races will make their way down Indian Reserve Road, right? All the way down to right about here. So as you can see, the 16 milers are going to be utilizing a square of trails to make their way back up. And I'll open up 16 right here, and you can see it here. So because y'all start a little bit behind the 62 and the 27 milers, it's to avoid any sort of mix up so that the 62 and the 27 are going to continue straight. 16 milers, you are going to be turning around by utilizing that trail right there. It is a snowmobile, the kind of off-road ATV trail. It is all rideable. There is a little bit of sand or slightly like looser terrain on this backstretch right here, but you'll just be making your way straight, making a left turn onto there from Indian Reserve Road, which will have signage there that's going to be in blue, which is going to look like, let's see here. Let's see if I got this up. Yes. So we will have these signs out on the course that are going to be pointing 16-mile left, 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 and then you'll be making your right turn to go back up Indian Reserve. If they aren't looking like this, then you will see these, if you can see me up in the corner right now. They are route arrows that are going to be on posts and on trees, and those are going to be in like the trail sections, like right now in the square, in Norway, and in the Devil's Lake sections. All right. So, and you can obviously see as we did it with like the bibs, which I also have right here, but you can see onto the illustrator screen right here. Orange will coordinate with orange for 62, green for green signs for the 27, and blue for blue signs with the 16 miler. So that's why we did all those colors on this PDF as well as on all the signage. So it's going to make a lot more sense while you're out on course as well. So you'll be making your turnaround and heading your way back up north on Indian Reserve Road on the other side of the road, obviously, and then making a right onto Trail 462, which is Norway Ridge Trail, the top of it, 462, and making your way all the way back up to this section right here. And I'm going to stop right there for the 16 milers because this is actually going to be a confluence point of where the 16, the 27, and the 62 will all be riding that same section from here on to the finish line. So we'll get to there in just a moment. But for you guys, I have the videos on Instagram right here. This is an awesome trail that takes you right through the woods. It's a sweet 2-track, a little bit wider than a 2-track. A lot of tree coverage, and some of the trees have been changing lately up in Alpena, so it's very beautiful. You're going to love it. So let's move on with the 62 miler. And right now we are going to talk about the Worth Road crossing. And obviously I made some notes on the PDF right here. We're going to have a lot of marshals here as well, but there are 2 specific road crossings on the course that we need to be making a lot more caution for and exercising a lot more caution for. And it is the Indian Reserve and Worth Road crossing near the start of the race, and the Indian Reserve and Worth crossing leaving Devil's Lake to Norway Ridge. All right. So let's talk about the first one. So you will be coming down this road, Indian Reserve, right here. So from here, you'll be heading towards this intersection, Indian Reserve and Worth Road. So Worth Road, it's not the busiest road in America or anything like that, but it is an access road into the city of Alpena and out. So there is naturally a little bit more car traffic. So we'll have marshals here on each corner of the road, and they're going to have signs and flags and helping guide you appropriately across the road. If there is more traffic, please listen to the marshals. They're there for your safety. We'll have you pause for just a moment before it is safe to move across the intersection, because the marshals aren't there to stop car traffic. We're here to help guide you safely across. Okay. So once you make your way to Worth Road, you'll see signs that look like this, like look both ways. Caution, cyclists crossing ahead is what the cars will have on their side, so they're aware of what's going on. But you will see these as you're approaching that. So you'll make your way across Worth Road and down Indian Reserve Road. And once you make your way down, as you can see here, there is a split. What happens between the 27 milers and the 62 milers. So the 27 milers, you will be starting obviously a few minutes behind the 62 milers. So there won't be too much of a mix up. But the green bibs following the green line, you will be making a left turn down Precourt Road, right? And you will see signs that look like this. 62 mile will be going straight, 27 miler left. That's what you're going to see as you are approaching Precourt Road. If you have a blue bib, you are now off your course. So the volunteers that will be at this intersection will find your blue bib and say, please turn around and proceed up Indian Reserve Road to continue onto your course. All right. But 62 miles straight, 27 to the left right here. So just to show you what that looks like really quick, it looks like this. So let me back up. As you're approaching it, there's just a little bit of pavement section right here before you make your way onto the gravel Precourt. You're approaching 27 milers. You will be going left that way down Precourt Road, and the 62 milers will be going straight down Indian Reserve Road until you reach the gravel, and you're just going to keep ripping down that way. So that was this section right here. And I'll back right up. At that intersection is where we're going to have an aid station. So this is mile 11 for the 27 and the 62 milers. And it is going to be the aid station 46.2 miles in for the 62 milers. We'll get to that in just a second. But 27 milers, this is your main aid station. It's going to have a bathroom, bunch of snacks, waters, goodies, whatever you need before you start getting into more of the trail sections. All right. So 27 milers, now I'm going to leave you off right there, and I'm going to continue on for the 62 milers course. Okay. So we're going to keep rolling down as we see fit right here. So there's that split off again, as I said. And on the Strava profile, you can see like where like little climbs are, little stuff. It's not the hilliest race by any mean, but it is pretty rolling at sections. It's pretty fun, but you can take a look at it here. You'll be following down Indian Reserve to you go down Beaver Lake Road. There are a couple of smaller, but still important road sections that we're going to have crossings on that we will still have these signs that are going to be like, look both ways. Please adhere to Michigan bike law. We do have some stop signs on course, and we do expect you to adhere to those stop signs. And on that note too, we can't be taking up the entire road. These are still open roads. It's still an open road course. So please, if you could ride close abreast, about 2 abreast as you're riding down this road, and obviously stay to the right-hand side of the road at all times when you are riding down, that'd be fantastic. Thank you. I'm glad I just wanted to mention that. So you'll cross Hubbard Lake Road here. You'll continue down until you get Bodine, make your left, and you can follow this obviously on your own time on the map. Make sure these are loaded into your GPS. You'll cross Wolf Creek Road. We'll still have those look both ways signs. And then you get to Bart's Road. Bart's Road, I just want to call it, is very fun. It's sneaky hilly. You kind of just drag upwards for a little while. There's not a lot of climbing on the course, but you can kind of see a lot of it happens right here. And that's your sections between Bart's Road until the north part of like Hubbard Lake area. Which this is all going to be gravel. All this was gravel since you've been on Indian Reserve. All the way down this way, Bart's Road is still gravel. Nice little like kind of wedding cake style climb, which is a lot of fun. Beautiful time of the year right now, so you're going to have some cool tree coverage too. Head left onto Scott Road and then right onto Wolf Creek. This right here is paved, so you'll make a right. So obviously look both ways. Keep rolling down, cross, go down Hubert. And this is the next section that I want to show you really quick. So you will be coming from this direction right here. All right. And we're going, and now we're approaching Hubbard Lake, Hubert Road, I believe. Yes, Hubert Road. So you're going to be entering this three-way intersection right here. Okay. You're going to be making a left that way, and you have plenty of eyes to be able to see down to the right, down to the left. Please don't cut in front of any cars if there are any that are en route. We do have to look both ways. We'll have the signage just is guiding you left, but just so you're aware, there is a pretty like long paved section that's coming up right here, and that's the left turn that you're going to take to get onto it. So now we have a little bit of reprieve from the country gravel roads, and we're going to be rolling all the way down Herbert Road for a little bit. Let's go back over here. We cross Hubbard Lake Road. You don't have a stop sign. You continue straight. Then you're going to make a right onto Hubbard Lake Road right here, which is just another section of Hubbard Lake Road. And then we get to this tighter turn, which I do want to show you as well. So this is before one of my favorite spots on the course, actually. So just to give you a little bit of a visual, you're going to be coming down Hubbard Lake Road, just like this. Down Hubbard Lake Road, down Hubbard Lake Road. You're going to be making this, it's kind of like a wide left, but then you're going to reach this road right here, which is Jenison. We'll have plenty of right turn arrows shoving you that way. And those are going to be in, obviously, orange, because this is for the 62 milers. You'll make a right turn right here. I just want to call it out because it is a little bit of a sharper right turn. It's not gravel. This is still paved, but you are going to be making this right turn onto this section right here. And that is right before we get to one of my personal favorite spots, which is Hickey Hill. So Hickey Hill, if you looked at the PDF down here, it is a off-road 2-track section that is going to be pretty challenging. It is shoots you straight up this small little graded climb through the woods. It's super cool through the woods, but it is a little bit steeper. It's all rideable. Don't worry. If you need to get off and hike a bike, that's totally okay. But it's a little bit bumpy, but it's a lot of fun. You get to go up this Hickey Hill climb, and then right at the top, boom, you got an aid station. So just make it up there. You got your bathroom and aid station, whatever refuel you need up there. It's a nice little treat. It's like a reward at the end of your effort up Hickey Hill. It's a lot of fun. And at this aid station, we're going to have obviously like the waters, the granola bars, fig bars. Last year, someone requested pickle juice. We're going to have a jar of pickles for you. Don't worry. We got your back. So with that being said, we're going to move on to this really important spot that I also want to come out is called Robin Hood Drive. So Robin Hood Drive, which is, here's all of Hickey Hill. You can kind of see right here at the bottom of the screen, the little sharp elevation stick right there, just kind of popping you straight up this little thing. You can see how sharp this downhill is though. See that right there? This sharp downhill is what I want to call out because this comes right after a hard effort and it doesn't take that long, and there's a left turn at the bottom. So here's what I want to show you right here. You'll be coming, aid station, I'm not sure if you can see that far, is going to be right up at the top right there, at the top of this hill. But you can obviously see just from this photo, this is paved, but it's steep. So you will be ripping down this hill, okay? And we will have slow down signs plastered all over this road, okay? But you're going to be going down this hill, down this hill, down this hill. It's paved. There's obviously like a couple of like little like softer, whatever, chip seal-ish kind of like spots, but it's paved. But there is a left turn at the bottom right here. And I need you to be very cognizant of it because it is a one-way stop. You have the stop, and this traffic on Bennett doesn't. It is not a busy road, luckily, and we will have a marshal down there, but it is a left turn, and you are crossing, obviously, their lane. So we need you to be able to slow down in enough time and be able to take a look from where you're going to obviously not impede traffic and be safe. So you'll be making a left turn here and then going up Bennett Road. So going up Bennett Road, and obviously you saw like a little bit of pavement down here. This section on the 62 mile is where majority of the pavement happens. That's on the entire course is around Hubbard Lake because it is obviously a little bit more developed. But you still have the fun of Hickey Hill thrown in there too. So don't worry about it. It's a nice little reprieve before and after. You follow down Hubbard Lake Road until it turns into Spruce, and you'll make a left onto Labonte. Labonte Road is an awesome graded gravel road that you're going to be ripping pretty much all the way up until you come to a T at Gerke Road. It does turn into another road name called Corriveau at some point. I think when you cross Nicholson Hill right here, you make a left onto Gerke Road, also gravel. You cross Spruce. This will have a look both ways sign right here because you also have that one-way traffic. I'm going to reiterate again. Be sure to stop. and follow Michigan bike law. And then you come to another T, you'll make a right onto Indian Reserve Road. And I'm sure that sounds familiar because you were already on it. You are going to come like ripping up this heading north instead of south. And you kind of see it's a big bulb shape right here. And then we come back to this location. You're going to be heading north. And now you are going to be turning right on Precor past that aid station again that you just passed at mile 11. As you can see on the PDF here, aid station with bathroom is mile 11 and mile 46.2. You're at 46.2 at this point, and you're about to enter a lot of the fun. Now we're going to pick back up with our 62 and our 27 milers. Our 27 and the 62 follow a lot of the same course as you can kind of see from the Strava map. The 27 is basically just the top section of the 62. So you will be following the same from now on. So as I go forward, now 27, 62, I'm talking to you. 16, I didn't forget about you. We're going to get to you. Don't worry. So going on to this section, you turn, oh, wrong one. You're going on to Precor Road, make a right, stop at the aid station if you need to, water, fig bars, jarred pickles. And then you're going to be making a left onto Spruce. This is another one of those sections where there could be car traffic that's going on Spruce or anything. It's, like I said, not a crazy busy road, but it is one of those access roads that actually connects to Worth Road eventually. So you'll be making a left onto that. You will be crossing traffic. We'll have signage, but we'll also have a marshal there that's going to be helping you guide across as well. This aid station will remind you of that too. Once you go down Spruce Road, you'll be getting close to Devil's Lake Trail, which is this one right here. So you'll be coming down Spruce right here, and then you'll make a right turn into this trail right here. This is Devil's Lake Trail. And we're going to have plenty of signs right there. There are going to be these orange signs as well as a stake sign in the ground too that's going to be pushing you this way. And this is what begins probably one of my personal favorites of the entire course, which is Devil's Lake Trail. So Devil's Lake is approximately, let's see, 13 to 21. So it's about 7.5 miles of awesome snowmobile trail through the woods of Northeast Michigan. It is very cool. And I'm going to break it down into a few parts for you. If you're still here, thank you for joining me. So this first section of Devil's Lake, I would say from the time you make a right turn into it until you get to the bottom right here. So that's approximately a mile and a half-ish or so, or 2 miles, like mile and a half, mile and 3/4. This section I usually call more of the landmine section. This is where you're going to find, because it's like the entryway for a lot of the ATVs and like the snowmobile trail and stuff, there's going to be more like potholes and a little bit more like deeper like sections where there could be like a little bit of standing water inside of a pothole and stuff. You can ride around all of it. You do not need to ride through any pothole or any water if you have the clear line. But since you're doing a race, and there's going to be people around you, there are going to be some potholes. Most of them are pretty like wide lipped, so you're going to be able to like kind of roll through them and out of them. Totally okay. But you're going to need to be fully aware, and it's not a time that you're going to want to take your hands off the bars. Like you're going to be riding your bike, and there's going to be bumps, and there's going to be some roots, there's going to be some potholes and stuff, but that's honestly part of the fun of it. And it is a really fun part of the course. So the first 2 miles or first mile and a half, a little bit, I'd say more of like the potholes are apparent. Then once you make the left turn at the bottom, and you'll feel yourself make the left turn, it's a little bit downhill through here. You will then start seeing on probably this next, say from mile 50 to 54. So probably for the next, I'd say 3 like miles. So about 5 miles in, about 3 miles, you're going to have pretty smooth sailing. There's really no issue for this entire section right here. There's like very little amounts of like chunkier gravel, I'd say, like chunkier rock that's put down. The whole first section is a lot more hard packed dirt and gravel, whereas this one has some more sections of like, you could see like a little bit of like a looser gravel section, or a very short amount of time, like with like a couple meters of sand or like lighter stuff like that. But this whole section is pretty solid, and there's not a lot of root coverage or anything in there. Then for the last part, going from the last 2 miles to make that about 7, is where you see a couple more of the sections of the sand. So a few people have been asking about it. When I say sand, I don't mean like deep beach sand or anything like that. It's lighter sand that's on top of hard pack gravel and hard pack dirt. I'm not going to say it's not there. And if you stop pedaling through it and you're going a little bit slower, then it could be a little bit more of an issue if you're using a thinner tire. I would recommend having something closer to like the minimum 38, but I've been doing it on 40s and it's totally okay. 45s even are great if you have a mountain bike. Sure, if you want some more comfort and traction, that's awesome. All of this course is doable on a gravel bike, but the little bits of sand section kind of come in this last little bit, I'd say. And when I say like little bit of sand, it's probably about between 5 to 15 meter sections of sand at a time. Nothing like you're doing like 2 miles straight through the beach or anything like that. So just want to make you aware of that. It's all rideable. Then moving on, you are going to be exiting Devil's Lake onto Worth Road, which is that golden word that we've been saying a lot, word for Worth. You'll be making a right-hand turn onto here, and here's a visual. So there's the exit of Devil's Lake, making a right turn, and you are going to have cones right here, and a marshal is going to be guiding you. Cones are going to be keeping you on the gravel shoulder. It's a huge gravel shoulder, and look right there, you can already see where you're going. All right, so you're going to be following this straight on this gravel shoulder, and you're going to be following these cones. I'm sure you just saw this sign. It just said, back up, Norway Ridge Pathway. That's where we're going. Another favorite of mine on the course. Right about here is where the cones are going to stop. You have a marshal here, and one inside of Norway, and they're going to help guide you across safely. It's the same thing. If there is car traffic that's coming there back and forth, marshals aren't there to stop cars. They're here to help you get safely across. So if you are asked to pause for just a moment, it doesn't take long for a car to pass. Just please adhere to the marshal's directions. Be nice. You still got plenty of racing to go at this point. So you'll be making that cross when you can do so safely, and then entering Norway Ridge Pathway, which is a really cool section. By the way, Devil's Lake, Norway, Hickey Hill, I've got videos on our Instagram and our Facebook, Thunder Bay Thriller Gravel Race, that showcase all of those sections, or at least videos of it. And you could see videos even from last year when I took it for last year's race too, and this year. So check them out when you have a second. It's a lot of fun. Norway is a little bit more, I want to say, slightly more technical than Devil's Lake. It is still more of the kind of like a 2-track system, but there are a little bit more twists and turns. And there's a couple more sections where there's like varying terrain where it's like, oh, you might be on grass for a little bit. Oh, now you're on hard packed dirt. There's a couple of small boardwalk sections, which are really cool. There's a couple of like lighter, looser sections of like kind of straw and stuff, but it's super cool. Pine trees lining basically the entire time, going over some creeks and stuff like that. A lot of fun. A lot of bobbing and weaving. You can't fit a ton of bikes next to each other, so you're going to be probably more like a single file, or like 2 people at a time can kind of go through some spots, but single file is probably what it's naturally going to be. There are some routes in here and stuff. During Norway and Devil's Lake, you're gonna have to keep your brain on. It's not a time where you can just like kind of mindlessly not look at the ground or like look at your surroundings and look at the people around you. You're gonna want to be calling out stuff for other people. You're gonna want to be doing like calling out potholes when sand's happening. Be helpful to each other. It's gonna make the race experience a lot better. So you're gonna make your way through Norway, and then you make a nice right turn, a left turn, and you can kind of see way down here, there's a nice little sharp bump right in the middle of this Norway spot, which is pretty funny. It's a lot of fun to do too. You'll be making your way up Norway and then through this section that's going to go onto trail number 462. And that is where the confluence of 27, 16, and the 62 milers will all be riding the same section all the way to the finish line. Obviously at different times, because it's different starting times and different race distances. The 62s will be coming through here much later than 27 and 16, but you'll be making your way down. Well, let me back up right here. At the top of Norway, just so you are aware, there is a gate that you do have to go around. We'll have it marked. There's plenty of arrows. There's like a little wooden boardwalk you go over, go around the gate, and then you'll just continue your way down this 2-track section. Once you get here, you'll make a right turn on a trail 462. And then this is another section that I've been getting a lot of questions about. And this is the actual fun part of like the sand. So it comes in right at the last bit. You've got about 3 miles until your finish line or so. And it is your last challenge of the course. And it is a slightly deeper section of sand. I did post a video to our Instagram recently. It is totally rideable if you're able to carry speed through this section. If not, a lot of people hiked and biked it. It's and you can see how short it is. It is from 59.8 to about 59.9. It's about 150-ish meters of sand. And I'd say about only 25 to 40 meters of it is like the tougher spot. It's a little bit deeper, and the tough part is you make a right turn to get onto that section, so it's a little bit harder to carry speed. So just be aware of it. It's a lot of fun, and it's a great challenge, just 2 miles, 3 miles out from the finish line. From there, you're going to be following the same path that you were just on at the start of the race, the Alpena-Hillman Trail, all the way back down the grade to that same grass section, that little single track spot that takes you back onto Wildcat Court. You're going to ride that all the way down to that same section that you're going to make a left turn on, and then you're going to make a bomb straight for the finish line. The finish chute is going to be right behind you. And then afterwards, we're gonna have food for you. We're gonna have some vendors. We got apparel brands. We have Harborside Cycle is gonna be there with their bike setup and stuff like that too. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll have some merch there as well too for Rock CF and some extra Thunder Bay Thriller stuff. And that's also where we're going to be doing all the awards, and the awards times I'll post onto our bike reg as well as emailing it out to you too. But yeah, if you have any questions about the course or anything like that, let me know. You can email me back at any of those emails I've been sending out. Like I said, the biggest things are orange for 62, green for 27, and blue is for the 16. Our packet pickup is at Harborside Cycle and Sport on Saturday, September 13th. That is from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And if you've made it this far, I got to invite you. We have an awesome sponsor, Hopside Brewery, downtown Alpena, that we're going to be hosting the Chiller for the Thriller. And that is going to be a $15 ticketed event. You can purchase it on the bike reg, or you can purchase it there on site. You just find me or one of our Rock CF team members. They'll guide you to me. We can square up, get some great, I believe it's an awesome pasta dinner and stuff like that too. And I will be there to answer any and all questions regarding the course, any sections that you have any interest in learning more about, and all that good stuff. At Packet Pickup is where you're also going to get your t-shirt, your bibs. You'll have, if you did purchase dinner, you'll have a ticket already for that. Everyone's going to get a drink ticket. Squirt Cycling Products is sending a ton of lube for your bike chains and everything like that. So yeah, you get a lot of goodies. But if you made it this far, thank you very much for sticking around. If you have any questions, like I said, let me know. And looking forward to having everybody up this weekend. Bye.